beautiful Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-July right through to mid-August 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details, and I will never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your singles love reading. For those of you who are not looking for a love reading, I will be doing a career reading for your sign in the next couple of days, as well as what do your guides want you to know. Also, there is a general monthly up already for your sign, so please check that out. And it does not focus on love. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know regarding their love situation? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are you meant to show them? We've got adventure, we've got change. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, that's a lot of cards right there. So let's see. We've got faith. We've also got love. This is your outcome position. We've got hope. We've also got freedom. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a Celtic cross as well before I do your reading. I like to get all the cards first. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? Okay, we've got the 5 of Swords here. We've got the 4 of Wands. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. We've also got the Ace of Wands. So new passion coming on in. Chemistry with somebody new. We got the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords in that position basically means new start. We've got 6 of Swords. You're definitely moving on from something. 10 of Wands. Wow, you've been going through a very, very difficult time emotionally. I mean, this could be because of that new moon in your sign. Super sensitive. It definitely affected you in a very, let's say, emotionally charged kind of way, okay? We've also got the Knight of Cups and we've got the King of Wands. So you're definitely manifesting love. Someone is coming towards you. I'm going to go one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? We've got the Magician. Yeah, manifesting new love. So there's definitely Aries energy headed your way, just so you're aware. Also, I feel like you are opening yourself up to change, doing things that you don't normally do. So you may be changing your schedule in some sort of way. Your protagonist energy is adventure. So I feel like you are ready for it. This is how you're feeling right now. Perhaps you've booked a getaway or a vacation. Some of you may be traveling, but as you can see, it's almost like she is hauling the Eiffel Tower. Now, of course, the Eiffel Tower represents, well, it's in Paris, and that represents like the most romantic city in the world. That's what they say. Although I'm a bit partial to, Rome. I think that's pretty cool as well. But this is indicative of like changing the way that you feel about love. I feel love has been all-consuming for you in the past. You gave your all, and it felt like you overgave. I feel like you did so much for love in the past. You gave all of yourself. I mean, love is about giving all of yourself, but you may have felt like you were overgiving and it just felt difficult. I mean, she is literally hauling the Eiffel Tower. And there's a butterfly here, so it's like change. So I feel also that you've done a lot of spiritual growth and you're changing the way that you operate in love despite a previous circumstance. So, if you've had a difficult journey in love so far, I feel like you're doing things differently. You're noticing signs, you're putting yourself first, which is a perfect energy to be in. But this is all about change, adventure, new scenery. So either you've booked a vacation or you're actually planning a vacation or an adventure with somebody, or on your own even. I feel travel is definitely somewhere where you're going to meet somebody new. But I actually feel like you're going to receive either a postcard or a letter from someone further afield. I'm just going to pull a quick card on that for you. Now, is this someone romantic or... Thank you so much, Spirit. Whoa, okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Strength card. We've got the Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and we got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so they are indicating that you're going to get a message from someone from afar, but I feel like this is someone you see as a friend, okay? That's the energy that I'm getting. But we do have some divine timing where there are... Now, either this person who messages you, either sends you a postcard or some sort of communication. It could be an invite, because we got the Wheel of Fortune stepping in here, which means your luck is changing when it comes to love. And also this is a card of your destiny being revealed. This is like out of the blue energy. So it's also got the Strength card here. So I feel like you won't be struggling with love anymore. I feel like you're overcoming obstacles, and I feel Leo season is a season where you could meet somebody new. We got Three of Wands, which means other opportunities headed your way. You may have been waiting for a long time, my beautiful Cancerians, and this is a card of you being on the right path, and opportunities are headed in your direction that are aligning with your heart's desire. Three of Pentacles, I feel like you're going to meet this person in a gathering of people. Okay, this could be a work gathering. Doesn't have to be, but it could also be something that you pay for, that you're passionate about, perhaps learning a new skill or a hobby. This time period seems to be merging for every sign. I'm getting similar messages for pretty much every sign. We've got Eight of Wands, which is like messages back and forth with somebody new. And I feel, I mean, this is also a card of travel, being in the flow, something coming to a climax. But we've got the Two of Pentacles. So I feel this is something that perhaps you will feel a little bit unsure of. Maybe you feel it's going too fast. You may put the brakes on this, but I feel there's someone new headed your way, and you may even feel like, you know what, I'm too busy for love, or I'm too busy focusing on my finances, or focusing on getting my house in order. There's just something, and I feel like it could be like an invitation, and you're like, oh, you know what, I'm too busy. But I feel this is important, that you trust your intuition. If your gut instinct is like go, but your body is like tired, or your mind's like, well, I'm just not into it. I mean, there's going to be a bit of a head over heart energy. If your intuition or your instinct is saying to go, I would trust your instinct. Okay. We've also got change. So definitely, the Wheel of Fortune indicates that change. There is, you may have been in a bit of a repetitive cycle, but I feel don't be afraid of the changes, because the changes bring wisdom, but also, as you can see, she's shielding herself from change there. And actually, if she just took down that sort of cloak that she's shielding herself with, she would see that actually it's a brighter day. There's a wonderful, loving energy that faces her. So I feel like there is change, but don't get lost in like, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, because there's an energy here of fantasizing about meeting somebody new, and then you're given an opportunity to go somewhere, and then you feel like a homebody, and you're like, you know what, I just don't want to go there. It's fine. It's fine. It's not that you're being complacent, but you may feel like you're stuck in a bit of a funk or a bit of a rut, and you may just feel like not getting out of a comfort zone to meet someone. Okay, so I'm just getting that coming through a little bit. So just be mindful of that energy. But the outcome energy is like, have faith. Okay, there is love headed your way for sure. You're calling in a soulmate here. We've got hope and freedom. So this is either someone you meet on a vacation, or maybe you're going to some sort of retreat, maybe even a road trip where you just travel further afield. I mean, some of you may put yourself on a spiritual course, for example, and you have to travel to this course that is out of your norm, because I feel like you're doing something out of your schedule, and you meet this person there. Now, not everybody's going to have booked a trip to Morocco, but I'm just getting the word Morocco. Excuse me. So it could be that you're meeting someone from Morocco, or you are from Morocco, or you're going there. So please take it as it resonates. I mean, you could literally be sitting there as you're listening to this reading, and you're just reading a piece of text and it says Morocco. So it can also be like, you know, when you meet this new person, they could invite you to a bar or a restaurant that's called Morocco. So just watch out for that. Excuse me. Now, let's get to the Celtic cross for you. 8 of Cups. Everywhere you look, you may see people coupled up, and you're like, what's going on with me? This is a card of whatever has transpired before has not been emotionally rewarding. And I feel you've taken yourself out of the dating game. You've decided to take your foot off the pedal for a little bit. This is a card of withdrawal. You're not getting out there. You're moving on from past situations. You're moving on from abandonment issues. If you felt like abandoned by love or a person, or even by the universe, because you feel like a little bit left out in the cold. Now, a butterfly energy sort of symbolizes change. And as you can see, we've got dragonfly energy, which is soulmates. Every one of those creatures are partnered up, apart from the ladybug. Now, ladybugs represent good luck, okay? What happens is the 8 of Cups, the figure in the 8 of Cups goes off on a journey of discovery, lets go of all the expectations, seeks relationships with deeper meanings, with authenticity. You know, you've evolved and matured to a point, my beautiful Cancerians, where you can see through people's motivations. You're very intuitive. You know when someone's like just wanting a quick fling, and you know when someone wants something deeper, and you are looking for something deeper right now. And the person who walks away in the 8 of Cups stumbles upon the 9 of Cups and gets a wish fulfilled. So I feel like you're actually on the right path. You're going to meet good luck on the way. We had that Wheel of Fortune, and I feel, you know, you're actually headed in the right direction. When you tell the universe, I deserve something better than I've experienced before, and I'm having the courage to walk away from something that has been challenging. I'm not going to accept second best. The universe operates on a system where it's like, okay, Cancerians have done the work. They're willing to walk away from stuff in order to focus on themselves, go through personal growth, send them the soulmate. They're ready, because we all go through tests in life. Now, what is crossing you? We've got the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords is an energy of difficulty, okay? Worry, perhaps. I feel like the worry here is you don't want to be alone. You feel like love has passed you by, or the opportunity of love has passed you by, and it triggers you sometimes to think, gosh, I could really end up alone here, okay? That's not the case, my beautiful Cancerians. I don't care what age you are. I feel like you're coming out of a comfort zone. You're actually going to initiate change in your world that leads you to meeting somebody new, okay? No matter how difficult you feel it has been to find love, you will find love. The 9 of Swords, as you can see, is also a card of worry. Perhaps you've had trust issues because of an experience in the past. Now, you may not want to be with a person that you experienced a connection with in the past, but it may have influenced the way you operate in love relationships going forward, and it's given you anguish. You may have felt like sometimes it keeps you thinking, you know, those 3 a.m. thoughts where you're lying in bed and you're like, it would be really lovely to have someone just to cuddle up with right now, or even put my little ice cold feet on their warm feet and, you know, really annoy them or like giggle with them and stuff like that. So I feel like there's some real deep 3 a.m. thoughts going on here that have caused a lot of sometimes palpitations or nervousness or even bewilderment. Like, why am I in a solitary energy? Because you have so much love to give, my beautiful Cancerians. You've got one of the most beautiful hearts in the whole zodiac. You know, you're nurturing, caring, loving, you're devoted, you're loyal, and you always want the best for everybody. And that is the thing. Okay, the Queen of Cups, it's no accident. The Queen of Cups is a very nurturing card, and it is a Cancerian card, but she holds like a samovar, and she holds it to the side, protecting it, okay? Because I feel like, my beautiful Cancerians, you are overgivers. Sometimes, especially when I see the Queen of Cups come out, it's an indicator that self-love and self-care is important, to learn to be comfortable in your own skin, to be able to say, you know what, I'm not going to give all my energy to that situation today. I'm going to reserve some energy for me. It's not about selfish energy. What it's about is knowing what you truly deserve. Okay, when you set healthy boundaries, you actually teach other people how you like to be treated, and that you will not accept anything less than how you like to be treated. So it's very, very important there. Okay, so I feel there is this deep fear that I'm feeling in your reading, and I'm sending you the biggest hug I have to offer. If I could reach down and scoot you all up in a massive hug, I absolutely would. Because I feel like there is a genuine worry sometimes that washes over you. It's not often, but it's like, what if I'm going to be alone? Okay, and that's not the case. You are lovable. There is love coming for you. They just want you to be aware of that, okay? Deep down, we've got the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is mental anguish. And to have the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords, what's blocking you here is a little bit of overthinking. Fear, false evidence appearing as real. This is a card also of self-sabotage. So I just want you to be mindful of that. And I'm not pointing a finger at you. We all get in a bit of a slump sometimes, my beautiful Cancerians, where we know we need to do something about something. We know we need to change, but we just feel like we can't, or we feel low energy. We feel like, oh gosh, what is the point? You know, sometimes you may be like sitting there like, oh, I must join that dating website. I must do it. I must do it. But then when you think about it, you're like, oh, that's not how I imagine I would be meeting someone though. Or it can mean, you know, I really want to go to this event. It's incredible. I'm glad I'm invited. Then the night before, you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't said I'd go to this event, because now I just don't feel like it. So we all have fluctuating moods, okay? Especially as a water element. So I feel like sometimes you may pick the path of least resistance and be like, you know what, I'm okay with myself. And you are. You're confident, you're self-assured, you're self-sufficient. You don't need anybody. You want somebody. But that is going to take you coming out of a comfort zone. And I know that's easier said than done, my beautiful Cancerians. But the Five of Swords is also a card of some sort of blockage or conflict, okay? It can also be a card of complacency, that you just like, you're so good with your own company that you're like, meh. I'd have to adapt in order to acknowledge other people's routines and things like that. So sometimes I feel that's just coming through there, okay? The Five of Swords is also a card of things not being fair. You may have been hurt in the past, and that's why you feel like this. There is always a reason behind someone's actions. Nobody just rocks up one day and like gives up on love, or feels confused, or feels like they've had a real test of faith when it comes to love and they feel like love's never coming for them. It just doesn't happen that way. It's because of experience. And I feel like you have had a difficult experience when it comes to love. You've opened your heart and you've had it ripped out in the past. If you have a look at that, there's a past situation where you may feel you were very attached to a person. And, you know, I've got a lot of beautiful Cancerians in my life, okay? And when they grip onto something, it doesn't matter how hard they grip, they're never letting go of that thing, okay? Same with a bit with Scorpio. Whenever you know, Scorpios give their heart fully, it's very, very difficult to get over something like a hurt, okay? I'm a bit more evolved than I used to be, but boy, could I hold a grudge back in the day. I mean, I wouldn't talk to people for time. And then, of course, I learned and I became more mature and was like, what is the point? Life is too short. You know what? Let bygones be bygones. But I feel this is about you blossoming despite some sort of hardship, okay? This is a card of like being an authentic version of yourself. You've learned what you want, what you don't want. You lead with integrity. You always have an honest heart. But I feel like now you've got a different way of thinking, and it may be influenced by some trust issues. So you may feel a little bit closed off sometimes to opportunities. Not that you're carrying baggage. Even when you meet someone new, you may just shut down, become really shy, and like wonder, why does this person have feelings for me? What do they see in me? Because of a previous experience that taught you not to either love yourself or knocked your confidence in some way. Don't let the past rule who you are in this present. You are awesome. You're passionate. You're kind. You're funny. You're quirky. You think outside the box. You're so loving and caring. And to sit in your presence is an absolute warmth and dream come true. Okay. Cancerian energy is one of the most beautiful energies to actually connect to. And I feel anyone who connects to you be absolutely lucky to be with you. Okay. But there's just this undercurrent of worry. Swords are all about anxiety or communication, thoughts, things, deep thoughts that we don't even admit to other people. Sometimes we don't even admit to ourselves. So I feel there's something here that you feel shut out from, or you feel there was a defeat in a relationship in the past and it's been difficult to get over. Again, not that you want that person from the past. It's just it may cause trust issues, or as you get older, you're starting to lose hope and wonder if anyone will be interested in you, because you may feel like you're maturing and things like that. Again, I don't care what age you are, the right person will find you and will vibe at the same frequency as you. Okay, what have we got in the past? We've got the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is about going out, celebrating, also connecting to people who vibe at the same frequency, perhaps going out drinking, dancing, having good time, revelry with people who are like you, good company, basically. And you may feel those days are in the past somehow. Maybe it's because what's been going on around the world, with the pandemic, for example, everything has kind of changed, shifted, people's perspectives. People are different. People are changed. Even if people, are getting back to normal in life, some people or some circumstances are just changed, and you may be sort of yearning for that energy. This is also a card of preparation. So I feel like you're prepared for new, but it's taken you a while to really sort of like work out who you are, what you want, be comfortable in your own skin, and get ready. I feel like deep down you're looking for a high level commitment that you can walk the journey of life with, a person that you can call your own. I mean, this is a halfway to marriage card. So some of you may have even been in a high level commitment in the past, or you got close to marriage, or you were married. Okay. But this is a card of wanting stability, passion, connection, someone who vibes at the same frequency as you, someone who has peace in their heart. You don't want drama. You want a harmonious relationship. Someone that you can celebrate, that walks by your side, that you can be proud of, and they can be proud of you. So I feel also this can be a card, and I'm going to pull a card on it. This can be a card of perfectionism sometimes as well. So if someone's told you in the past you're picky, I mean, that's no bad thing, right? You don't want to let just any old body into that heart of yours. Your heart is so pure. It's so beautiful. It deserves the best person to be entered into your heart, and vice versa, of course. So let me just clarify this Four of Wands. The Hermit, homebody. Okay, I mean, the Four of Wands can also be the home space, homecoming, friends, family, connecting to those. But the Hermit is like you've been in the home space. You may be yearning to get out there and be meeting people, but it's not quite happening. You have been going through a very philosophical time where you're learning the truth about yourself, and what you want. You're gaining knowledge in a reflective state, and I feel like you haven't really wanted the world to be distracting you. But there's part of you with the Ace of Wands and that adventure card where you're like, you know what, something's got to change. I need to get out there. I need to have fun. I want to be back in the game. I feel like you're in the month of, well, this is your birthday month, of course, my beautiful Cancerian. So some of you may actually be going out celebrating, and you will meet someone in a celebration. You may even meet a Virgo energy. The Hermit is someone who's wise, and I feel like you have grown a lot. And the Seven of Wands, do not give up on love. The Seven of Wands is a card of perseverance, being unstoppable, not compromising what you want. You're not going to settle for any old body just because you don't have anybody. You're going to get the best love that there is out there, okay? But this card is a card of being a little bit defensive, especially when you feel like your confidence is knocked a little in some way, or you feel defensive because your heart has been hurt in the past. I feel like you're overcoming that energy. And your friends, you've got a very strong friendship unit. So I feel they may actually invite you to something and you get out there and you meet somebody. But the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse can tell me that either there was someone in the past that you were with and your family did not like this person, or there was some sort of drama that went on there, or you've separated or had some sort of divorce or separation there with somebody, and it's made you feel like, you know what, it's almost like you said, you know what, that's the end of love. I'm not connecting to that anymore. And you've not been really focused on it as much as you used to be. Now, in the potential position, we got the Ace of Wands. So definitely the spark of passion, the start of something with somebody coming on in, something budding, okay? Now, this is a card of the universe delivering an opportunity. Now, suddenly you may have a desire to create change in your world where you feel like, oh, I want to do a new hobby, or I want to learn a new skill for my business or for my career, or I want to try out that sport because I really, want to get back into exercise routines, or it's something I've always wanted to do. This is also a card. The Ace of Wands is actually a card of transformation and adventure. So I feel like some of you are actually planning some sort of travel or some sort of adventurous vacation that actually changes everything. This is a card of daring to do things differently and dream big, that you can achieve whatever it is you set out to do. This is a card of like taking the first step towards the rest of your life with a person that is going to vibe at the frequency that you're hoping for. We've got a Knight of Cups, the hope and fear position, okay? So I feel like you're hoping for love. You're going to meet someone who does sweep you off your feet. This person's got strong Aries in their chart. We've got the Magician card and we've got the King of Wands. But at first you may feel that this person is like a fling or only wants a fling, okay? But I feel like this person wants something deeper, so I will go and check that out for you. In the near future, we got the Ten of Swords. We're going from the Nine of Swords, ramping it up to the Ten of Swords, okay? So this is a card of like a point of epiphany. It doesn't always have to be the end of something painful. It can be an epiphany, like an old way of thinking, just saying, you know what, why am I worrying? Why don't I just get out there and do something different? I feel like this is a card of gracefully ending your past and saying, you know what, I wasn't fulfilled there. Now I'm embracing a future that I can respond differently to, and I'm embracing new love. I'm opening myself up to new love. The sun is on the horizon, so happiness is available to you, but sometimes, my beautiful Cancerians, you may overthink. Especially if you're like shy, or you feel like there's some sort of blockage, or there's a sorrow about you. Now, don't shoot the messenger when I say this, my beautiful Cancerians. I'm a Scorpio and I kind of feel the same. And some of my Pisces friends as well. So perhaps it's a water thing, but there is a poetical sorrow about you that is natural. It ebbs and flows. Okay, so you can dwell sometimes in the sorrow or in the sadness. And then you can, of course, move into that energy of joy and be really flexible in that energy as well. But I feel recently you've been feeling perhaps a little bit empty or really sort of like sorrowful when it comes to thinking about love. So again, I'm sending you a massive hug. I'm even getting this energy as soon as I put the card down. Now, someone may have said this, but they're giving me something that I rarely say, which is finding love is like a needle in a haystack. Okay, it's very, it's something that people normally say. It's not something I would necessarily say, but it's just so difficult for you to find somebody is what I'm getting. Okay, I'm just going to pull a card on this Ten of Swords. How would you like to receive? The Death card. You're feeling really stuck. Okay, stagnant energy, immobilized. And sometimes you may be wondering if it's something that you're doing or not doing, and it's got nothing to do with you, my beautiful Cancerians. It's all about divine timing, but it's also about taking the initiative to put yourself in a circumstance to meet new people, because I feel you're entering a new cycle. You're actually turning a page here and entering a new chapter of your life. We got the Emperor in reverse. Now, this could also be that there's someone on your mind that gives you a pure headache, okay? Emperor in reverse, someone who had a bit of an ego, or someone who was very immature. They didn't see what they had it when they had it, and now they're gone, and now you're gone. This is a card of like someone who tried to control you perhaps, or someone who is controlling the situation from afar. You may feel like you're trying not to think about this person, but the more you try not to think about this person or this situation, the more it comes into your mind. Now, that doesn't mean you want to be with someone from the past, but it can mean that the experience that you had with that person left a bit of a bitter taste in your mouth. Not everybody's going to break your beautiful heart, my beautiful Cancerians. I just want you to be aware of that. 3 of Cups. Now, 3 of Cups in the reverse is a card of perhaps feeling like you're not supported by love, or that love is not happening for you. You may feel like there's nothing to celebrate right now, or you haven't been going out recently, you haven't been going out with friends, you've been feeling pretty lonely, and you know that something needs to change. Well, it is about to change for you. Let's see how. Temperance, patience. The Magician in the reverse. And one more. King of Chalices. There is love available to you. The Temperance in the upright is like patience. You are going through a transitionary period. So you're actually in a period of sort of examining your priorities of what you want, what's harmonious for you. You're being pointed to life's meaning and purpose for you. And I feel you're just taking it easy. The Magician in the reverse as well. I mean, again, don't shoot the messenger, but there's an energy of procrastination. If you want to be successful in career, you actually focus on your career like 100%. You take courses, or you go to class, or you get a certificate, qualifications, you really focus on it and you build towards it. But when it comes to love, it's like, oh yeah, well, I'm hoping to meet somebody. If you're not putting yourself out there, or you're not getting into situations where you could put yourself to meet somebody, and I don't mean like one of those like icky situations where you're kind of like, oh yeah, I'm going to go speed dating, or, I mean, there's nothing wrong with speed dating, of course, but it makes people feel a little bit nervous, right? So if you're someone who's very, very shy, that could be quite a daunting experience for you. I feel like something more in line with who you are, doing something that really makes your heart sing, something that you're passionate about, something that you want to learn about. So you're not actually putting yourself specifically out there to find love, but you're putting yourself in a scenario where you meet people who vibe with what you enjoy. If you're someone who, I don't know why this is coming out, but it's coming out for a reason, okay? So I'm gonna just go with it. If you're someone who likes like horror movies or ghost trips and the occult and things like that, of course you like spiritual things, you're watching tarot, but if you like that sort of adventure, like going on, oh, what was that? We got a little knock there, okay? Just, but it wasn't my guides. So maybe it's because I'm because I'm mentioning things like going out to like haunted castles or things like that, haunted trips. If you're someone who enjoys that, I feel like you could be going on one of those things and finding someone who is also into that sort of thing, finding your niche and finding a person who's into what you're into. Okay, so I'm not really sure, maybe someone out there that resonates with, because they're going to be like, yeah, that's me. Me and my friends are going out to do that. So that's where you meet a new person who actually vibes and likes the things that you like, and then you strike something up just naturally rather than having to force it. So that's just coming out there, because this is a card of sometimes procrastination or not planning. You're not thinking about it. You're just feeling uneasy that it's not happening. But the King of Wands kind of lends itself to having to take the initiative, okay? Now we've also got the King of Cups. Love is available to you. Love is coming towards you. Someone who's very charismatic, someone who's kind. I mean, you're getting king energy. So you're getting the best of the best. You're getting a really wonderful, loving person headed your way. Someone who's supportive, a good listener, who's kind, non-judgmental, someone who is a good leader. They may have their own business. Someone who wants to settle down. They know what they want. They've gone through experiences in life where they're emotionally mature. And they have a lot of empathy as well. There's almost like a psychic bond between you and this new person that's headed in. But again, this is an energy of initiation, taking the initiative. So it may feel like a daunting task when you think about it as a whole experience, but when you really break it down and put yourself in an experience that you're going to enjoy for you, then it just happens comfortably, okay? And you meet someone and you vibe, and then it's like that. That's what I'm feeling for your reading. Now we've got the Six of Swords. So either you have booked a trip or some sort of vacation. This is you being guided. You're going through a transitionary period, a rite of passage, okay? It's necessary to change the way you think, they're giving me, which is to love yourself a little bit more, love yourself a bit harder, know that you deserve the best, despite any circumstances that may have tried to teach you otherwise. Whether you were bullied as a child, whether you grew up with, a difficult upbringing and you never felt like you were given love or emotion. Perhaps you had a family that didn't really show emotion and you're a very sensitive person, my beautiful Cancerians. Whatever your experience, whatever journey you walked before this very moment, that does not exactly define who you are. It can influence your experiences, and it can influence the way that you react to situations, but you should not let it govern how you move through life going forward, okay? So you can release that, release all of that, especially since that new moon is in your sign. You will feel really sensitive. Anything that you've been avoiding, it's going to come up big time, and it will amplify, and actually you can release it, let it go. If it serves no purpose in your life, or it is not working for you and doesn't make you feel good, let it go. What's the point of holding on to anything that makes you feel bad about yourself? It just makes no sense. It's wasted energy. And I know we all go through those moments of feeling a little bit low vibe, and we remember a time where someone said something hateful to us, we're all human. I mean, they're just giving me an experience that I went through about a month ago, where someone had said something really potentially damaging to me. And, at the time I was like, screw you, I'm not listening to that. But then, a couple of weeks ago, it just, this person said this to me maybe, I can't remember, maybe at the end of last year or something like that. But a couple of weeks ago, that thought entered my mind, and I was obviously at a low ebb. I wasn't feeling 100%, and I have a lot of responsibilities as well. And it just hit me, the sadness of what that person had said. And I was like, it hit me right in the gut. And I was like, I had to shed a tear, and I was like, what's that all about? But I was glad, because it meant I'd held on to it somewhere, and I didn't realize, but it came back up, and I allowed it to be released, and now it has no impact. So it's important to be able to process emotions, because we can sort of deny it in the moment, like I did last year when I was like, what are you talking about? You know what, I'm not letting you try and destroy me in any shape or form or be unkind. You're just showing yourself up for who you are. It's not about me. And then it came up like 8-9 months later. So weird, but that's how the human psyche kind of works sometimes. So I feel like you're letting all this sadness go. I feel like you're gaining clarity about what you want. You're calming your emotions. Your guides are actually sort of protecting you and transitioning you to a different way of thinking, but also to a more calmer time, to meet somebody who actually wants to settle down, who is not afraid of emotions, who is not afraid of going deeper in a connection with you. I feel like your guides are actually bringing you to that spot. Now, also Six of Cards, some of you may be actually in a relocation kind of energy, where you're either moving house, or going on a really big new adventure in your life. It doesn't have to always be about vacation. It can mean that you are having a new job, or thinking about new career paths, or you're actually relocating in terms of your home, which is a big upheaval, of course, for a Cancerian, that's for sure. But it can also be you like emigrating, or deciding to move state. So I feel like there is an upheaval, a major upheaval happening for you, that emotionally, it's like, I don't know, it feels like a cleanse here for you as well, like a purging. And you're moving into easier times. Now, of course, we've got the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands reminds us that it is very difficult to experience spiritual growth, okay? As you can see, all those flowers on her back, she's blooming, but it's difficult. She's bent over with it. It has felt like a chore. It has felt like she's got the weight of the world on her shoulders. And I feel like that's what you've been feeling recently, with responsibilities as well. I feel like you've been working really hard. You've got major responsibility. You may have even burnt yourself out. And when you tend to overthink as well, which we all do, of course, it sort of just expels energy that could be put into spiritual growth rather than you know, wasted energy of worrying. But I'm going to pull a quick card on that Ten of Wands here. Because there may be, when I get a Ten of Wands in this position, it can mean that sometimes we tell ourselves that we've got so many responsibilities, we've got so many things to do that we just don't have time for love. Now that can be, it's absolutely true, of course. You could be very busy, but also if you truly, truly want love, you'll find space for it, okay? It may be daunting to try and find that space, but you can make adjustments to put yourself first. Remember, part of a self-care routine is also to open yourself up to love. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups? It's in the reverse. So you feel perhaps that you are at a bit of a fork in the road. You feel you're dissatisfied with the way things have gone for you in love right now, and you may be looking at the energy that you give to situations and what you get out of things, and it always makes you feel like you're lacking something, like you're not fully getting a person, you're not getting the full love from a person that you give to them. So you'll give your 100% and you may feel like the other person doesn't give you the full 100%. So you may always feel like you're more emotionally invested in situations. Seven of Pentacles is also a card of you being a bit more discerning about the energy that you give and trying to find a new strategy in order to find time for love. Because right now I see that either you don't have time for love or you feel Two of Wands in the reverse. This can be like plans that you had or plans that you envisaged for your future. You felt like they fell apart. So whether that was a previous experience in love, the Ace of Wands is coming on in. That's how you, the Ace of Wands is like being a little bit more creative, having a wonderful idea to do something different, adventure or a vision. I feel like you're going to get a sudden like boost of energy where you're like, you know what, I'm going to just book that course and I'm going to go on that photography course and I'm going to really nail it. I'm going to love it. Or you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to call my girlfriends, boyfriends, friends, I'm going to call them up and I'm saying, you want to go on a road trip? Let's do it. I feel like joy and excitement is flowing towards you and you're actually like going to have a spark of brilliance where you plan something that is very exciting. And this puts you in the position to have a spark of chemistry with somebody new, okay? Aces are new energy. Aces are a spark of chemistry. So you will find space. Now, the Knight of Cups is a hope and fear position. So you are hoping that you do find love, one that is peaceful, romantic. Now, you have a very romantic, poetical soul, my beautiful Cancerians, and you deserve someone who is equally romantic. But you may have found yourself in situations where people were not as romantic as you, who were a little bit more heady in their head, a little bit more logical, and it made you feel like they dampened part of your senses or dampened part of your romanticism, shall we say. So I feel like you're hoping that you meet someone who heightens your emotions, that you can have faith in love once again, and that there is an attraction. Someone who like vibes with your heart. Someone that you can be authentic and open and raw in your emotions with, that you can trust, like giving your whole raw heart to that person and saying, this is me, love me, take me as I am. And that they exchange and give you their heart and say, yeah, this is who I am too. We can see each other all in our vulnerability and we still love each other. That's what you're hoping for. The fear here is that you find someone who's not so romantic or someone who, you know, doesn't desire you in the way that you want to be desired. Also, there could be some energy here where there's insecurity. You're worried about insecurities or you wonder sometimes, my beautiful Cancerians, because you are picky, and again, that's a wonderful space to be in. You don't want to let anybody in, but some people may have said, you know, you're so picky, you know, you've got unrealistic expectations. You're never going to find someone who's like A, B, C, X, Y, Z, whatever. You are. You're going to find exactly the person you want, my beautiful Cancerian. So don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise, okay? Now, the outcome position, we've got the King of Wands and we got the Magician. Manifestation, initiation. So I feel like you're, so let me get that, I have to say it again. They just corrected me. Thanks so much. I'm truly grateful. Manifestation initiative. Sorry, I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing a reading, so they're giving me the words that they would like me to use, and it was not initiation, and I've said it twice apparently. They've said, this is the second time you've said initiation, and it's not, it's initiative. So I'm going to have to go back on the video. I love it when I get told off from Spirit. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. Now, the King of Wands energy, someone who's very, very passionate. Now, I feel like you're finding that motivation to go out and find love and security, and I do feel like you're going to find someone who sweeps you right off your feet, someone who's actually going to take the initiative to come towards you. They're very charming. This person's very creative, very passionate. So you bring the romance and the passion, they bring the passion and the adventure, and I feel like both of you together, it's going to be like the perfect storm. Okay, the Magician card with that King of Wands tells me this person's got very strong Aries in their chart, so a lot of fire, a lot of adventure seeking as well. The Magician also is a card of manifesting your dreams to life, having confidence in who you are, but also taking action and focusing on what you want. So I feel like setting your intention, focusing on what you want is important. You know, a lot of people just sort of coast through life and say, I kind of just want to find love. I want to find somebody. I want to find, okay, so what are you doing about finding someone? Nothing. Okay, so how do you think your chances of finding someone are if you're going to do nothing about it? Of course, if you've been putting yourself out there online or putting yourself in scenarios to meet somebody, you know, it's just the right person is about to show up for you. It's all about divine timing. And I know that sounds like such a cop-out, but there's so many people, like I have this one, they're giving me this person that I know. I don't want to reveal their name, but this person, they were in a relationship for many, many years, okay, with a person that they truly were besotted by. And they always wanted to have children. But this person that they were with said, I will never have children. I don't want children. And so she stayed with this person because she still loved this person. And in some way, maybe she thought that they would change their mind, because occasionally the person that she was with would talk about having a family, but never really did anything about it, and would say sometimes, I don't want children, but then would talk about having a family. So there was a little bit of mixed messages. This person was faithful to her and they were together for a long time. But then he got to a certain age and then he was like, you know, it's over. So as soon as it was over, within a month or two after him leaving that relationship, he was with somebody else and having a child with that person. Okay. So my friend was like, I can't believe it. She was broken on the floor. She spent most of her years with this person, so faithful, even though she was willing to like not have the family that she desired just to be with this person. And the universe must have stepped in and said, we're just going to separate these two. Now, it was a very painful experience for my friend, but I kid you not, 8 months later, she met the person of her dreams, and he wanted to settle down, have a family, and they've got 2 beautiful children. And she worried that she would never find anyone because she was a certain age, and she was worried that she's never going to have children because she's a certain age. And she got everything she desired. She got everything she wished for. My point is, never give up, because you just don't know what's around the corner, okay? Divine timing is a wonderful thing. Now, she was not on track to be having the relationship she's got, but the universe intervened, separated her from someone she desired and loved, and it was a painful experience. But looking back, she can see now why it happened, and she's happier than she's ever been in her whole entire life, okay? So we've got the Hierophant. I'm picking up on a separation or a feeling here of either you had a high level commitment in the past and you separated from this, and it's changed the way that you feel about love. It's made you feel logical. It's made you feel like you are changing your life, or you're changing the way you think about love. You may feel like it's better to hold something back or approach love with a more logical mind. Also, there may be a relationship or something that you experience with somebody, you don't talk about it, okay? You don't want to talk about it. The Judgment card in reverse, again, this is either a rejection or has caused self-doubt or a blockage, stagnation. So they're just showing me why there could be a bit of worry here, that you may feel like love is not happening for you, but we've got an energy here that you are manifesting love, okay? Anything more my beautiful Cancerians need to know? The Hangman in reverse. You won't have to wait that long. They just want you to be aware. The Queen of Wands. The heart. Whoa. That was, you know what? I just told you what I told you. My guides wanted me to give you that story about my friends. We got the Queen of Wands here. So King of Wands, Queen of Wands, male or female. It's not a gender specific reading. It's about the connection. We got a match here. And not just a match. Your Hierophant card showed up in the reverse just a moment ago, and it's popped right back out again in the upright. So you will meet someone that is passionate, that vibes on the same frequency as you. And I know you're water element and that these are fire elements, but this represents a relationship that is passionate, that will lead to a higher level of commitment. Marriage, if you're looking for it, it's right there, okay? This is someone who's going to respect you. This is someone who wants the adventurous, loving, passionate, romantic love story that you've been dreaming of. That I know that, you know, sort of Hollywood tells us to expect, but life doesn't work like that, okay? It does for some people, but not for everybody. I feel like you're about to meet someone, though, that it is passionate. I feel like you do something creative with friends or with people, and you meet this person in a group. This is someone who it may start off as a very strong sort of flirty friendship at first, but it goes to a little bit more. It goes quite, not quickly, not too quickly, but I feel like this person inspires you and you inspire this person. And I feel like it's very, very passionate. It's magnetic, actually. It's a real power couple energy. And there's a lot of sensuality as well. Both of you are very attractive and very attracted to each other. And I feel like this person cannot keep their eyes off you. And it leads to the connection, the high level commitment that you may have been dreaming of, okay? So, yeah, that's your outcome position right there. So, although it may not feel like it because you can't see it right now, I mean, I didn't show you, but the Hangman was in reverse, which means you won't have to wait too much longer. Also, I would say, don't sacrifice your all for a relationship, which I feel like you've learned already. Don't give your heart away too soon is what I'm feeling. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Although this person is someone you can trust, it will go at a measured pace. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? They want me to go one more. Okay. So we have Black Jaguar, Old Soul, and Cougar, Assertive. Excuse me. Now, Old Soul energy, it's interesting because Old Soul, people who tend to be old souls and have come to many lifetimes, they tend to have less friends, or like only have like a friendship group that only like you can count on your fingers, because they don't suffer fools gladly, and they are mature enough to see through people's BS, right? So I feel like because you can intuitively sense the measure of a person, you're very discerning about the energy that you keep. So that's why sometimes old souls find it really hard to find love, because they've been there, done that, and they can sense when people are just not either being authentic or they're just not vibing at the same frequency. And you know, that's why you're so picky, because you just know and do know that there is someone coming for you, okay? So we've got Old Soul there, Black Jaguar. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. So again, it is about focus. What you focus on, that is the thing that will grow. If you focus on your career, of course, that will grow. If you focus on love, that will grow, okay? We've also got Cougar, Assertive. So I think that's my guides. Of all the cards, there's no card in here that says initiative, but assertive is the next best word, I guess. So I feel like my guides are sort of giving me a little nudge in terms of having a bit of a chuckle at the fact that I kept saying the wrong word, but it says cougar assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where you want to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed, okay? So it's literally like night and day. We've got an eclipse here and we've got an image of the sun there. So I feel like you've been going through a bit of a shadow side. You've been going through shadow work, but I feel like you're coming out the other side changed. And if you've got an issue with age, or you've been feeling like you're getting older and time is running out, that is not the case, okay? Be mindful, it is not the case. I'm just going to go and get... Now, of course, not everybody's going to be older or worrying about those things, but even if you're shy, or I feel like you're going to put yourself in a scenario to meet somebody new. And we've also got the skull and crossbones. Now that represents change. That's the death card energy. So you're in a transitionary period. You're clearing space, making way for new beginnings. I feel like if you've been in stagnant energy, nothing's happening, everything's about to change, and you're about to be in a high level commitment relationship. I would say, they haven't given me a time. Let me see if I can get a time frame for you. Can you show me a time frame before I close for my beautiful Cancerians? The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. When you leave the house, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. She's queen of the home space. Okay, and you got it in the reverse. It's like when you leave the house, or when you maybe go on this adventure. I'm going to do one more. The Moon card. It's in the reverse. So it's also when you gain clarity about what you want. When you leave the house, and when you realize what you want and overcome fears or anxieties, okay? So they want me to put this on the Knight of Cups. There's a change in your love circumstances, and it's down to you, my beautiful Cancerians. I know that I haven't really like nailed a date or a time, but they're not giving it to me. I'll always say when it's not happening, I'll always be honest and say they're not giving me the date or time or anything like that. So on this occasion, they're not giving that to me. They're just basically saying it's up to you. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonated in this reading for you, my beautiful Cancerians. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is actually very, very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. Love and light.